Hi, I'm Lainey Yaris, Deputy Editor for the Journal of Graduate Medical Education. I'm excited to be here today with Dr. Shannon Scielzo, lead author on April's Spotlight on Authors paper, Resident Fuel Levels, Reframing, Assessing, and Addressing Well-Being. Dr. Scielzo is the Associate Director of Education in the Department of Internal Medicine at University of Texas Southwestern. Dr. Scielzo, I'm so excited to be here with you today. Can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to study this important topic?
I'm so excited to be here also. Well, I had a very strong personal motivator for studying this topic. I had one of my closest friends commit suicide at my previous department. And as most everyone can imagine, and many can probably relate, it had a profound impact on me. From feelings of guilt, asking myself why I didn't see it coming, to wondering what I could have done differently or what I should have done, to walking down the hallway knowing that I'll never see this person again. It really impacted me, and long and short, I transitioned out of that department, came to the University of Texas Southwestern, and started working extensively with house staff. And I soon realized that what I thought I was escaping was right there in front of me, and I felt like I had to do something. So I wanted to start doing assessments of well-being, and I started doing research looking into what was available, and was surprised to some extent to find out there really was no gold standard or specific process to follow. Researching the tools, I figured out that a lot of these highly validated tools were expensive, and potentially it would be difficult to administer these on a regular basis. Furthermore, there's a lot of practical issues with just administering these assessments. Some of these tools take over 20 minutes to assess. And then there's also issues with trying to interpret the data after the fact.
What a moving personal inspiration for this really important work. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
What do you think are the most important implications of your work for program directors?
I believe that one of the most important implications for program directors is the potential culture change that this assessment can enact. I myself, prior to my friend's suicide, oftentimes felt inhibited to bring up these topics. Sometimes it feels awkward to bring up a well-being related conversation with someone. And I think we all know that we really do need to be talking about these things, and this fuel gauge has facilitated these communications. Residents and faculty alike now commonly reference the fuel gauge. They talk about being tanked, they talk about having a full tank, and they talk about needing to be refilled. And I think just being able to talk about these things in a fun, whimsical way, it's no longer a scary topic, and in turn it's really helped our culture. Furthermore, this assessment allows for program directors to easily implement and oversee well-being. We're able to look at these scores. We don't need a biostatistician. We can immediately interpret where residents are at. We can easily look at our program levels. We can monitor them over time. We can also potentially isolate specific rotations and look at the well-being scores associated with those rotations, and also eventually continue to monitor specific characteristics of rotations and other contextual things that are relating to well-being issues.
As a program director, I am intrigued and feel like this holds a lot of promise. What do you think are some of the ways it's impacted your trainees and has the potential to impact other trainees?
Well, one of the most important things that I think this tool has done for us is it has allowed residents to communicate directly to leadership. We have learned about several things that I don't think we would have learned about otherwise. From learning that residents didn't have a place to store food on certain night floats, to learning that there were problems with access to call rooms, to learning a lot of positive things. For example, I have learned that residents love warm food, and a warm meal can do a great deal for resident well-being. I think that just knowing where to direct our energy can be really, really powerful.
Well, Dr. Shielzo, thank you so much for your comments, for shedding light on some of the motivation and details behind your work, and for this important program of research. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure.
And this concludes our April Author Spotlight.